The rules were simple. Lock the doors, ignore the whispers, never open the private room, but someone broke them. And now, something is coming. Welcome back, my curious friends. If you've ever been invited to a strange old house with rules that feel more like warnings than instructions, well, you might want to reconsider. Tonight, I'll tell you the story of a guest who didn't, and the terrifying consequences that followed. Stay close. What's about to unfold might just make you rethink your next invitation. Cut to a lonely road, the guest's car slowly pulling up to a decrepit house. The door opens, and a figure, an old caretaker, steps out. They greet the guest with a cold smile. The house stood eerily still, as if waiting for something or someone. A figure draped in shadows greeted the guest. "You must follow the rules if you want to stay safe," they said. "Don't answer the phone, shut all windows by 8 p.m., and above all, never enter the room marked private." Simple enough, right? Cut to the guest sitting in the living room. The lights flicker. A door creaks in the distance. The phone rings, but no one answers. The air is thick with tension. The first few hours were quiet, uncomfortably quiet. The kind of stillness that hangs in the air like a warning. But then the lights began flickering. The phone rang, its shrill sound echoing through the halls, but no one was there. At first they thought it was just old wiring, but as the night drew closer, things began to feel wrong. The phone rings again. This time they almost reached for it. The guest hesitates, but eventually walks down the dark hallway toward the private room. They slowly turn the knob. Curiosity? It's a dangerous thing. Our guest, against all warnings, couldn't resist. The private room beckoned, its door locked. Until now, they turned the handle, the room creaking open to reveal a woman clutching a baby, her eyes wide with terror. Guest's confused face as the woman whispers in desperation, "Please, you have to help us. Don't let it." Suddenly, the phone rings again. The guest answers it, trembling. A distorted voice crackles through the receiver. Before the guest could react, the phone rang once more. This time, the voice on the other end was chilling. "You shouldn't have done that." The room darkens, and strange, shadowy figures flicker in the corners. The guest stumbles back, the house seeming to change around them. Shadows grow too long. The reflections in the mirror move of their own accord. Everything began to unravel. The air grew thick with a presence, watching, waiting. Shadows stretched unnaturally, whispers grew louder, and the mirrors, well, they weren't reflecting reality anymore. The house was breathing, alive, and something had attached itself to the guest. The guest tries to open the door, but the walls seem to close in, the house making escape impossible. The guest runs through the house, panicked. The TV switches on by itself, showing the same woman and child pleading for help. The phone rings again. It was too late. Oh, the house had claimed them. The walls closed in as the guest realized what they had done. In their moment of curiosity, they'd opened a door they could never close again. The house had chosen its next victim. A new guest pulls up to the house, unaware of the fate that awaits. They are greeted by the same caretaker who hands the key. And so the cycle begins again. A new guest arrives, unaware of the deadly rules they must follow, but some rules should never be broken. The phone rings again. The guest hesitates, but lifts it to their ear. Distorted voice, whispering, eerie, layered with static. "I have been watching you for long." The guest's body stiffens. Their reflection in the mirror lags behind, blinking out of sync. A shadow moves where no shadow should be. Distorted voice, lower, mocking. "Watching you fail." The guest stumbles back, the hands shaking. The room warps, stretching impossibly. Doors slam shut on their own, locking the guest inside. Distorted voice growing closer. Following your trail. Lights flicker violently. The television crackles to life, static filling the room. The screen shows footage of the guest, but not from today. From moments they didn't know were being watched. A recording from behind their shoulder. From inside the house. Guest whispering, panicked. No, this isn't real. Izar distorted voice, now whispering directly into their ear. I whisper into the night. The guest whirls around, but there's no one there. The body jerks forward unnaturally, like an invisible force is pulling the guest. The hands move against their will. Distorted voice, commanding, I make you crawl. The mirror warps. Their reflection no longer resembles them. It grins, dark and hollow-eyed. I will take your body. A shadow peels itself from the walls, stretching toward them, fingers like blackened roots reaching to pull them under. I will take your soul. The screen distorts into blackness. The only thing left is the sound of the guest's breath until that, too, fades to silence. Camera slowly zooms out from the house, with unsettling whispers growing louder. If you ever find yourself facing a house with rules that don't make sense, remember this story, and whatever you do, don't break the rules, because some things, once invited in, never leave. The screen fades to black, the words, "Don't answer the phone," flashing before the video ends.